everyone, happy Sunday. We're going to be talking about luxury fatigue and why I think that luxury bags feel like they're over. Now, I've spoken before about why I think luxury bags are over, and you know, one such reason is definitely the fact that you can pick them up way cheaper secondhand, and they are not holding their, a lot of these brands are not holding their value like they used to. But that we'll skip that one because I've spoken about that quite a few times. I'm going to go through 6 reasons why I think we are all, to a degree, going through luxury fatigue. I don't go shopping the way I used to. I can't be bothered. I have got so much stuff. I cannot move. I don't want any more stuff in my life. I've reached a plateau, a point where I no longer feel the need to go and buy. I do still buy. Please do not judge me on that. I'm never saying that I'm never going to buy luxury again, but I am saying I don't buy it on the scale that I used to. Okay, so the first reason, the economy. I think, and it depends on what country you're in, right? But the economy has played a really big role in those middle class aspirational shoppers who would once have bought 1 or 2 bags a year, maybe for a birthday or for Christmas or a special occasion. They would save and buy that 1 bag a year. These designer brands, if you ask me, have turned those people off, because you put your prices up to a point where it's no longer worth it, or you're actually gaslighting people with something that's not worth what you're charging. That group of people who make up a large proportion, that think about how many people around the world are in that middle class sort of category where they would buy 1 bag a year. Think how many people there are that do that. That's a lot of people. You turn those people off, you've lost a large chunk of the pie. And I do think that for that middle class aspirational buyer, it's not just about price rises, it's also about the cost of living. Cost of living has gone up, and in a lot of places, tax has gone up as well. Like in the UK, tax has gone up for a lot of people. Wages have stagnated. People don't have the free cash that they used to right now. I hope that things will turn back around again, but I know a lot of people who are saying to me, do you know what? I'm thinking twice about spending £15 on a bag, let alone 1,500. Luxury boredom. I don't know if you feel, this is probably the thing that's put me off luxury. I feel bored of it. I feel as though over the last 10 years, social media has really pushed designer, luxury stuff, has really pushed it. And I think that the designs have got a bit same old same. One thing I will say though is I do think the Jonathan Anderson collection that's recently come out from Dior, I think that this is like a changing point. I feel like with Dior in particular, things got a little bit boring, a bit same old, but he's come in and he's really injected some interest. And I went through a phase where I wasn't really seeing designer stuff on my Instagram feed anymore. I was seeing Coach, I was seeing Demelier, but I wasn't really seeing like the Louis Vuitton stuff like I used to. But now my feed is full of Dior, and I'm not searching for Dior, it's what's coming up. And it's coming up because it's trending, because the stuff is pretty, it's desirable. And also what I think Dior have done quite well, they have not put their prices up. I thought new creative director, new price list, but they haven't. Their prices are fairly, I want to say for designer, their prices are quite reasonable for each piece that you're looking at. Mass production. I did a video a couple of weeks ago, and in it, I think it was Flo. I think Flo, it might have been you. I was basically talking about fakes and how I think that fakes can have a knock-on impact on designer stuff. I tell you why, because if you see something often enough, it doesn't become special. Such as I think about how many Rolexes I see in a week, and they don't feel special. I know that they are, and I know that they can be hard to get, very hard to get. But I see so many that I happen to know are not real for various reasons, that they don't feel special anymore. And I think that the fake industry can do that. But Flo made a really interesting point that it's not just fakes, it's also these brands' own fault. They have killed their own exclusivity by mass producing. You know, luxury should be, I mean, I know we don't agree with it, but luxury should be a bit like Hermes, where you walk in and you can't have what you want. Like that, and I know it's not fair. I know it's not fair, and we all complain about it. But that is luxury, isn't it? Luxury is not, I want the bag on that shelf. Can I buy it? Yes, here you go. And they happen to have like 1,000 stock out the back as well, so they're not going to run out. Is that luxury, or is that mass production to a point where stuff doesn't feel like it's actually worth the money anymore? Price rises is another big one. Just after COVID, I don't know what went on after COVID. 2020 actually, the summer of. So once everyone had sort of got their head around the fact COVID was here and there were lockdowns on and off globally and at different times, you had brands like Chanel, they put their prices up collectively across different products. They put their prices up by like 30%. And you just think to yourself, oh my God, that's an insane amount of money to put your prices up by. And people are unwell and passing away, and you're kind of doing that. But I think price rises have killed a lot of people as well, because you've got people that can afford it and people that can't afford it. But either way, you've got people looking at it going, is that bag really worth that money? No, it's not. Which takes me all the way back round to the point I was trying to make about the middle classes. You wipe out the middle classes with your insane price rises, and you have just lost a large proportion of your customer base. Another thing linked to price rises that I have spoken about before, so I'm going to briefly touch on it here. But all you have to do is go and look pre-loved for the likes of Chanel, for the likes of Dior. Go and look pre-loved and you will be mind blown. Even Hermes, stuff is changing with Hermes. I am going on Vestiaire Collective. I'm seeing like Birkin, like the shoulder Birkins for like 5K. I'm seeing the regular Birkin, might not be the size 25 because they really hold their money, but let's say the size 30. I'm seeing them for sort of £8,000 and under. I'm seeing picotings for less than they are if you can get them new. And they're sort of like new bags, you know? Chanel bags, you take the classic flap in the largest size, nearly, what is it, 10K. You got to be joking if you think people are actually getting paid 10K secondhand. I would be sick right now if I bought that bag for 10K and I needed to get the money back out. There's no way. There is no way you're going to get your money back out for a very long time. And if you go and look pre-loved, as I say, there's an awful lot that is selling for even 60% under retail price when it comes to Chanel in particular. And so it's a buyer's market when it comes to pre-loved, but not when it comes to new. And finally, quality. Loads of you talk to me about quality. I got this bag. Look at this. This is from Demelier. I know this is silly. I've put on here my bag charms. There's a working Tamagotchi. I've got a Monchichi, and I've got all of this going on. I really like this kind of thing. I know it's really silly, but it just cheers up a bag. But this bag, I got this a couple of weeks ago, and I have been thoroughly enjoying it. Absolutely really enjoying it. I'll link to this below. It's really, really worth it. It's suede. It sort of looks a bit olive on there, but I think the colour is actually called hazel. I think it's hazel. It's a really lovely bag. It's in this sort of smaller size. You can get this in a larger size, but I liked this size in particular. And I'm genuinely wearing and enjoying this more than I am my designer bags. I feel like the quality of it is exceptional. It feels robust. It feels really well put together. From a security point of view, I don't feel a target in this, but it looks really sharp. It looks really well put together. It looks really well designed and well made. It adds something to an outfit. And this is what I'm talking about with quality. I think a lot of us now are we're being so much more attention to detail with whether we're getting value for the prices that are being charged. And for many brands, I don't feel like you get the value. I've done so many videos, and I've seen videos from other people before, like buying designer stuff, and it's just fallen apart and broken. And you think, you would assume wrongly that when you're spending so much money on like a pair of shoes, like Andrew, I don't know, Andrew, if you're watching, Andrew had a pair of Manolo Blahniks, you know, the Hang Easy or whatever they're called, you know, the one out of Sex and the City. The buckle fell off it, and it was like glued on, and there was like glue underneath it, and it just fell off. And you wouldn't expect that. I mean, how much are those shoes? Like £800, probably more now. You wouldn't expect that from something of that value. But this is what we're dealing with. We're not always dealing with the greatest of quality. I would love to know your thoughts though. Have you got luxury fatigue? Are you sick of luxury content on social media? Particularly even I do it, that sort of luxury content where it's like, this is worth buying and that's not, you know, how do you feel about all of this kind of thing? Are you enjoying it? Are you not? Are you bored? Are you still buying? Are you not? Are you, maybe you're just starting out your bag journey and you're actually buying more bags than you ever bought before. Maybe you're hooked on secondhand and vintage. I definitely am. I love getting a deal now. If I'm going to buy something, you know, if I can buy one bag for 5k or I can buy the same bag for 2, I know what I'm going to do. I'm gone are the days where I care about having an in-store experience. I've been there, I've done that. I don't need to go back and do it again. If I can save myself a few thousand, I'm going to do that. I can go and buy another bag with the saving, you know. Not that I would, but you know, you can do that. But anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you all for watching and I'll see you in the next video.